Thursday, August 30th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at several new pictures that have been sent in by you guys, the viewers. Got 3 new videos, short clips of some lightning, some incredible sky beams, and I think over 30 pictures I want to share with you guys. But first, there was an episode on the International Space Station yesterday. The story came out today of pressure sensors detected a depressurization in the International Space Station, possibly caused by a micrometeorite impact. I'll post the story in the description box below. They've got everything under control. It was a very small 1.5 millimeter fracture that they did get repaired. Not a catastrophe. Could have been much worse though. But the International Space Station was impacted by something. They're assuming that it was a micrometeorite. That was yesterday on Wednesday the 29th. We're here at the website, the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. I'm getting ready to put 33 new photos in the photo gallery today after I do this video, but I'm going to share them with you first before I put them in there because there's some really good ones. But I want to show you guys something that we get a lot of, and we're getting around 200 emails a day, just so you know, approximately. It's not the same every day. Some days more than others. It just depends. I noticed on the 26th, got a lot of sky phenomenon photos. So it seemed like there was a global trend that day of just unique things in the sky around the world, but a lot of sky pictures from the 26th. Just different things in general. But here's things that I want to share with you guys in case you didn't know, or if you're new to sky watching, and especially if you're taking pictures of the sun with a smartphone. Whether it's an iPhone, Galaxy, a notebook, any type of smartphone, an LG will leave a aperture signature, an artifact. And this is looks like a classic iPhone signature. There's always going to be some sort of a lens flare, an artifact, if you will. That's one. That's not anything. We're not looking for pictures like that. We love all sky pictures. Trust me, that's right in our wheelhouse. But these things like this, it's honestly a waste of your time. Just to let you know, those are nothing but lens flares from a smartphone. Ever since smartphones came out, each one has a unique signature with regard to photographing extreme sunlight, especially the sun on bright sunny days. And this is a lens artifact. This up here that you see, that's a lens artifact. You got to keep in mind the bright sunlight is going through 2, and in some cases, because each aperture for the phone's camera is different, maybe 3 different lenses. So the light is bouncing around inside the lens of your smartphone. So it's always going to have some sort of a reflective signature if you're taking a photograph of the sun. And I just wanted you to know, because some people are like, oh, you didn't show my picture. I didn't find my picture in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery like this one here. You know, thought it was a rogue planet or something there. And that's a lens artifact from photographing a extremely bright object. That's a lens flare. So those are not going to make it in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. But I'll show you the kind of photos that we are looking for that will make it into the gallery. Anything like this, this is from Cancun, sent in by Maria. That's a really good, unique photograph of the sky. In fact, that's really good. Unique photo from Cancun. This photo here's of the moon coming up, and I think this was on the 26th. I got a lot of different pictures on the 26th of different things, whether it was the moon, the sky in general. This is from Oklahoma, and the moon was very low on the horizon, and it was extremely orange. In fact, I've got another picture from Oklahoma from a different gentleman, same day, the 26th. This was from Oklahoma by Michael. And you can see the moon very low on the horizon. This one's a little clearer picture. Those are street lights, just like in the other picture. That's a street light. That was sent in by Philip. But bright orange moon spotted from Oklahoma. And I think what that is from the dust in the atmosphere from the Sahara. It's still going up through the Gulf of Mexico all across the United States. In fact, around the world, if you want to get technical, it's just in Some places it's thicker than others, but it is letting up some. That's the good news. It is letting up some. But when the moon is full and it's low on the horizon, the dust in the atmosphere makes it look orange. That's why we're having that effect every now and then. And that was 2 from Oklahoma on the 26th. They call this a hole punch phenomenon. I don't know exactly what creates that. You see them in different shapes and sizes, usually round. The ones that I've seen, sometimes they're elongated. This one here, it looks like it's in the process of forming. Almost looks like a triangle in the middle of a hole in the clouds. That was sent in by Matt from Northern California. Julie from Milwaukee. Doesn't look like you're looking at anything, but what this is telling you is there's upper level winds in the sky that day from Milwaukee. See the waves, the wave propagation in the atmosphere, in the sky? There are multiple layers of wind in the atmosphere. The higher up you go, in some cases, it gets very, very windy. The jet streams up above us can carry winds of over 200 miles per hour. I'm assuming that's what we're looking at here. This could be something else, some sort of electromagnetic wave propagation going through the sky, but more than likely that's created by winds, upper level winds. So good observation by Julie from Milwaukee. And all of these pictures you see will be in the Sky Phenomenon photo gallery. This is from Eula out of Central Florida. More than likely those are crepuscular. I'm not sure if we're looking east or if we're looking west. More than likely west. Those would be crepuscular sun rays. Sometimes they will span across the entire sky. I've seen that from west all the way up and over to the east. Good observation by Eula from Florida. Kim from Coolidge, Arizona. Big sky beams. Those aren't necessarily crepuscular. They could be, but it almost looks like some sort of a shadow reflecting off of something, either the earth, these clouds, or something else. I don't know, but that's a very good observation. Good photo from Kim out of Coolidge, Arizona. Patty from Southern California. She liked the angel wings here is what she saw when she sent the email. Good observation from Southern California. This here was sent in by Scott from Palm Coast, Florida. As far as you could see, he was looking north towards Daytona on the east coast of Florida. And that definitely looks like a Florida sky in the early afternoons. I lived in Florida for almost 5 years, and every afternoon the big clouds would roll in, and you would get maybe a 10 or 15 minute shower, and then the clouds would go away, and you'd have a nice, hot, humid afternoon and evening. That's typical tropical afternoon sky. But those lines in the sky was what he was looking at. He took 2 pictures. Here's another one. I don't know what made them. Obviously, 3 things that were flying very close together. Fort Lauderdale, this was sent in by Jessica. Just a unique wave pattern in the sky. Some, I don't know if that's wave propagation from winds or something else. More than likely, that's probably winds in the mid-levels. You've got lower latitudes, mid-latitudes, and upper level latitudes, and each latitude can have winds going in different directions. So the different directions can cause spins, especially when you're talking out over the ocean. Those spins can sometimes turn into cyclones. This photograph was sent in by Rhonda M. I'm not exactly sure of the location. I want to say it looks like the Corn Belt, somewhere in the Midwest. Either Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, quite possibly Missouri, Arkansas. I see cornfields. That is definitely late July because it's over waist high. The farmers used to say knee high by the 4th of July would be a rule of thumb when it came to corn with their crops, and then harvest is obviously in the fall. So that's midsummer, so you're looking at probably late July, somewhere in the Corn Belt. Good photograph by Rhonda. Thank you for sharing. Sent in by Kim here from Blibus Lake. Another cloud. Looks like it's reaching down and touching the ground. That's what Rhonda saw. Thank you, Kim, for sharing. Blibus Lake. Big shelf cloud. Look at this here from St. Mary's, Georgia. Sent in by Mackenzie. Incredible. Don't know the name for these. I know there is a term for these. I've received photographs from Cedar Rapids, Iowa last year of clouds that looked very similar to this. I think they're called mammatus or something like that. But wow, that's an incredible sky. Multiple photos from Mackenzie out of St. Mary's, Georgia. Look at that. Look at that one. That's amazing. I can't say that I've ever seen a sky that looked like that. And there is a name for it. Don't know it right off the top of my head. Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you, Jeremy, from Apollo Beach, looking west at the moon. Look at where the moon's at, right in the middle of a big giant V in the sky. Those are crepuscular rays. Oh, actually, those are anti. Wait a minute. We're looking west. Those are crepuscular. Anti is opposite of crepuscular. So crepuscular is usually in the east. Anti is usually opposite of the sun. So if this is the moon, and that's what Jeremy said he's looking at, here's the moon, then the sun must be opposite. So this could have been in the early morning. I don't know exactly what time he took this, but that is a neat photograph. Great observation, Jeremy. Thank you very much for sharing. All of these photographs will definitely be in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. Jeremy, once again, from Apollo Beach, Florida. That was a great capture. Got some more. Pierce from North Carolina. This kind of resembles the clouds, a little darker though, from St. Mary's, Georgia. Ominous looking sky. Another one from Pierce, out of North Carolina. Good observation. All of these are great observations. Look at this here. Sent in today by Brenda. This is the George Washington Bridge sky, and it looks like a heart in the sky. And this is not a Photoshop. This was just sent in today. Another great observation. This was sent in by Rick from Grand Prairie, Texas. And the clouds in the sky came what looked like all the way down to the ground and just formed a huge wall and a straight line going across the sky. We saw this back a few weeks, actually it was a few months ago, when the line that appeared on Google Earth that looked like it extended for hundreds and hundreds of miles. On that day, people on the ground took photographs of what appeared to be a straight line cloud for as far as they could see. Obviously, you're not going to see from, the equator up to northern Europe. You're going to see maybe 50 miles in each direction. But there were people from northern Europe, from Newfoundland and Canada, parts of the United States, that did see a cloud in the sky on that day that looked very similar to that. But this was here recently out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And there's another look at it here. It's like a big roll cloud in the middle of forming. Denise from North Carolina. Hawkeye here with a view of what looks like possibly a couple of triangles tucked away in these clouds. And we've been seeing triangles lately. This here was taken right out here in Arizona, and it looks like a couple of straight edges in the sky. And normally nature doesn't work in 90-degree or even 30-degree angles. It's more random. And here you can see what looks like some sort of a angle up here in the sky, maybe two angles. That was straight overhead out here in the desert. There's a little better look there of what appear to be two angles in the sky. Not your typical random cloud formation. This was sent in by Charlie from Lufkin, Texas. It's like a big yellow light bulb in the sky. Received this photograph today. Been getting a lot of email, guys. I appreciate them. Keep them coming. But sometimes it does take a while to get through. So just give me some time. I will get through them. Look at this. Sent in from Beloit, Wisconsin. We've been talking about leaves and different things. I'm not sure what we've got going on here. Don't even want to speculate. It's not burnt. Doesn't look like it has any type of physical damage. Maybe a little. But what is that? First thing that came to my mind was some sort of a weird side effect from UV. I don't know. But I don't recall, and neither did the observer that took the picture. And this was August 28th. This is a maple leaf. I'd never seen one quite like that. So if you've seen one like that or know what that is, by all means reach out and let us know what we're looking at. Lightning in slow-mo from Austria. This was sent in by Andreas. Really neat video. Comes the second half of the video right there. Seen a lot of lightning lately. In fact, today, if you look at the website at the real-time lightning tab, right now as I do this video, there's nearly 50,000 lightning strikes globally, which we've seen more. That's a pretty tall number, but the majority of those are in the United States right now. The website is in every video we upload. MrMBB333.com, the daily reports, the newsroom, news articles are updated daily, at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day. Everything else through here is all real-time data. Schumann resonance. Someone asked me if I would explain how to read this graph, and I will do my best. The bottom numbers, right to or left to right, are the hour of each day, and this is normally about 3 days worth of data. So we got 0 to 23, which is 1, 2, 3 days worth of data. The left-hand numbers, starting at 0.0 down to 40.0, represent hertz. Earth's frequency, and that's what we're measuring here. I'm not familiar with this instrument. I didn't make the instrument, so I'm not an expert on the data that it puts out. All I know is if we're looking at hertz with regard to planet Earth, Earth's frequency is at 7.8. That's the common frequency that's referred to the Schumann resonance, and that's right in here. And that's a unique number to planet Earth. Every planet has a unique frequency. Anything above that I would consider an anomaly, like these spikes that go up to 40. That's not the frequency of the Earth. That's a different frequency, but yet it's coming from the Earth. This is being measured from the Earth. So for whatever reasons, at this particular time between 1400 and 1500, there was a spike in the Schumann resonance well above 7.8. That's how I interpret what I'm seeing here on this graph. I think these are common energy waves that are usually on there all the time, so I don't think these are anything that what I would consider an anomaly. It's the bright white ones that we see every once in a while, and occasionally they're orange. And sometimes they can go up to 40 and probably past. I don't know. But as far as we can tell, 40. So their origins, sometimes, you know, it could be related to a geomagnetic storm, but that's not always the case. We'll see spikes on here when we don't have geomagnetic storms. So that's the best explanation I can give, guys. That's how I interpret it. All the other data, you've got a real-time weather map on here, seismographs, the lightning I just spoke of, real-time lightning. Drop down to 44,139. The majority of those right now are over here in the United States, where we could see some tropical storm activity in the next 5 days around the Gulf states, quite possibly Texas, anywhere from Texas to Florida, anywhere in between. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.